Welcome to Fayetteville in Focus, our show highlighting stories from around town.
Faye in Focus airs on FayTV, the City of Fayetteville's government access channel. FayTV airs on Channel 7 of Spectrum Cable. It's also streamed online at faytv.net.
And there's plenty more that can be found online by liking the City of Fayetteville on Facebook or following us on YouTube.
Starting out our show this week, we'll have a look at some of our recent happenings in our Fayetteville in 5 news segment.
And in our feature story, we'll follow Police Chief Hawkins as she sheds some insight in her role leading the Fayetteville Police Department.
And wrapping up the show, I'll have the scoop on some exciting and fun upcoming events.
So let's get started with the show. The City of Fayetteville recently hosted a Bridge the Gap community social at E.E. Smith High School. The event is unique for local government as it featured activities for youth and gave all attendees an opportunity to interact with city, county, and state elected officials and local governmental staff. Activities included hip-hop, yoga, cornhole, bowling, and other family-friendly fun. Food from local food trucks were provided to attendees on a first-come, first-served basis. Community topics discussed included the new baseball stadium and the Civil War Museum and History Center.
So I'm hearing a lot of people who want to share with me what they're doing in the community. I'm also hearing a lot of people who are just really excited to have a platform like this to be able to come together. And then I'm also seeing like even the young people are getting involved and they're talking about, you know, who we are and what's going on. So I'm just seeing a lot of different community vibes happening today.
Construction of the new stadium in the heart of Fayetteville reached a milestone as crews poured concrete to help provide the foundation for the new complex. The new stadium will be home of a minor league baseball team owned by the Houston Astros, who signed a 30-year lease for the stadium. The new baseball stadium is currently under construction and expected to be completed in time for the 2019 season. In addition to baseball, the stadium will be used for other entertainment events like concerts and festivals. For more information about the stadium project, log on to fayettevillec.gov/baseball. The City of Fayetteville is conducting a Beaver Creek 2 Watershed Master Plan study. A watershed is a land area that drains into a particular stream. Residents who live or work in the area between McFadden Lake and Winnebago Drive are in the Beaver Creek watershed. The city has initiated the Watershed Study and Master Plan for this portion of the Beaver Creek watershed. The main goals of the study are to receive feedback from the residents and businesses regarding pipes, ditches, and streams, and identify needed improvements to the drainage system. Another important goal is to bring awareness to the public about the city's stormwater program and watershed master planning efforts.
Hazen & Sawyer is working with the City of Fayetteville on the Beaver Creek 2 Watershed Master Plan, and part of what we're doing with that effort is to walk 9 miles of stream within the watershed to document its condition at the time of the study, and also to look for particular eroded areas or dams that have potential problems, or areas where the stream needs any kind of work or has deficient capacity. It's about an 18-month project. We're I believe about 4 months into it at this point. And the stream walk itself, however, is about a 3 to 4 day process.
For more information regarding the watershed study, visit fayettevillec.gov/public services and click on projects. The Fayetteville-Cumberland Human Relations Commission recently hosted its 50th anniversary annual recognition awards reception. This year's theme is Fayetteville-Cumberland Human Relations Commission, 50 years making fairness, equality, and unity a way of life. The purpose of the awards reception is to publicly recognize community members in various categories by acknowledging their active involvement throughout the community in the advancement of better race and human relations. This annual event is a major contributor to the Commission's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Endowment Fund. Proceeds from the reception support the fund maintained by the Cumberland Community Foundation. The city recently participated in a tree planting ceremony at E.E. Miller Elementary School. Students participated in the event and helped to plant several trees. The ceremony is being sponsored by the City County Joint Appearance Commission, Fayetteville Tree Board, Cumberland County Schools, the Cumberland County Cooperative Extension Service, Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation, and the North Carolina Forestry Service. Several nurseries have donated trees for the event. The City of Fayetteville and Cumberland County have both prepared proclamations to observe this event. At the ceremony, the North Carolina Forest Service presented the City of Fayetteville with its Tree City USA Award for 2017. Fayetteville is one of 86 cities in North Carolina and one of over 3,400 in the nation to receive this recognition for 2017, which also marks the 16th year that Fayetteville has earned this national designation. Meteorologist Nicholas Petro from the National Weather Service spoke to Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation staff about the weather hazards associated with spring and summer programming. Petro serves as the warning coordination meteorologist for the National Weather Service office in Raleigh. Media outlets, government agencies, and the public rely on Petro's forecast, particularly during severe weather. The city of Fayetteville relied heavily on his forecast during Hurricane Matthew and recent winter weather events. Information provided during the event focused on reducing the risk posed by severe weather to the safety of parks and recreation participants and how proper planning can reduce the likelihood of events being canceled or postponed because of weather. It's been more than 6 months since Chief Hawkins took over the Fayetteville Police Department, and she has hit the ground running. And if you've been to a city event recently, you've probably seen her out and about with citizens taking time to getting to know them. And today's society citizen engagement sometimes begins with a selfie.
Oh, you gotta get in, you gotta get in. So the first thing I knew I had to accomplish was to get to know as many people as possible, internally and externally. The most important partner is one, the community, every member of the community, whether it be the youth, the faith-based, anyone who speaks up and says, I want to be a partner with the police department, the more diverse we are, the better we are. So it's still so much to learn about the community, because ultimately the first thing I need the community to know is, one, we're listening.
Thank y'all for inviting me to your roll call.
I needed to get my staff understanding, one, I knew that they were listening, but I need to give them the means that they needed to hear and give them avenues to be engaged, give them avenues to send our message of we are the community. Letting them know the same way I had to build that trust with my department, they've got to build the trust with the community. And even though they had it there already, they needed to expand on it. They needed to give them opportunities, avenues to learn about the police department. That's, for example, why we're having our first Citizens Police Academy in a long time. Another avenue of engagement, we just had our first faith forum. And that was focused on the faith-based community leaders, because that was a force multiplier for who they lead. They lead a multitude part of congregation that are residents of the community. So to hear their voice from their residents was another avenue. The community wants to talk to us. We need to give them the opportunity to have avenues to reach us, and at every level.
Hey y'all.
We're empowering each district to say, you know your neighborhoods. You ask them what they want to do, how we can get engaged with them, and we meet them where they are. We don't need to create new engagement opportunities. They're already having neighborhood watch meetings, community engagements. We want to expand on those who don't have ones and help them create their own community watch or community engagement neighborhood watch. And then we're a resource to say, what is your needs? We're here to support. We're not here to create just the safe environment. We can't do it by ourselves. So the magic wand would be, first, for them to really believe this is their community. They have the voice. We're here to listen. If you get that first concept, then now what do we need to do? One unit we created in the reorganization is called the Community Empowerment Response Team. So we have three different districts: Campbellton, Cross Creek, and Central. Each district captain has a sergeant and 4 officers that are Community Empowerment Response Team. Their first task is to go on pockets where there's crime issues in that pocket. But in addition to those crime pockets, there's community residents. So they have to get engaged with those residents to listen for them, their issues. So it's twofold. One, they're addressing the crime problem, which is whether it be gangs, whether it be drugs, whether it be burglaries or thefts. So they're impacting that, but they also have the responsibility of talking to the residents that live there, talking to the business owners to say, tell me what you need. Now let me afford you the resources you have, which is us. You need us showing up. You need us engaged in the schools. What do you need from us? We want to also focus on the violent crime issues, because that can happen to anyone across the board, and we know the priorities of we're going to focus on any type of violent crime. That's the reason why I created a gang unit. because I know there's a nexus created that's established for the gang members. They're either going to sell drugs associated with or human trafficking or whatever the genre to gain revenue for gang members. So first we're establishing the gang unit. We've established the gang unit. They hit the ground running. They've already taken a lot of guns and a lot of drugs off the street in their first week. So we know that's just going to build upon how we connect any type of relationship with gang members, because essentially violent crime is a top issue for anybody. So we're going to first focus on that. But just because one community doesn't have a gang issue doesn't mean they have issues. So empowering them to say, okay, what are your concerns? How can we address those? You know, I'm okay with my street not having a gang issue, but if my street has another issue, I want my police department to support me in addressing those issues. So that's why when we go to community meetings, we'll share information not only about our new app, our police department app, but we'll also tell them about They Fix It, because dealing with code enforcement issues, dealing with trash, is still a community issue. So we want to share everything that the city is doing as a police department, because we're out there in the community already. Because there's plenty of things to do. There's plenty of opportunities to find out how you can serve your community, how you can get engaged. If you want to address homeless issues, if you want to address panhandling, if you want to address the youth, there's plenty of opportunities going on in the city to get engaged. Hey. This is my life right now. I don't part-time police chief. I'm the police chief all the time. I'm always thinking. I wake up and I think about what we can do better. There's not enough hours in a day. Trust me, there is not. And I know there's going to be a certain time period to get a break, but I know too many people are dependent on me not forgetting, me not figuring out my schedule. I love my assistant. Bless her heart, she's doing my schedule and she's trying to fit it in, and it's hard for me to not say no. I gotta say no sometimes, but right now I'll take a break later. It's too much to do, and I'm enjoying it.
Warmer weather is on its way and you're probably looking for things to do outside. I have several outdoor activities that you might be interested in. If you want to try something new, how about trying the sport of archery? Lake Rim Park will hold an archery clinic for beginners where participants will learn the basics of archery using compound bows. Safety, proper stance, and follow-through will be taught. You'll be hitting the bullseye in no time. The archery clinic will be held on Tuesday, April 3rd, 9 a.m. to noon. The cost is only $5 and it's appropriate for ages 8 to adult. Now, if you've already taken the basic archery class and you're looking to practice your technique, Lake Rim Park will have an archery shoot on Wednesday, April 18th from 5 to 7 p.m. There'll be a variety of games and targets available for some guided target practice. Equipment is provided and the cost is just $5. Space is limited for both the archery clinic and archery shoot, so be sure to register early at Lake Rim Park. For more information, call 910-433-1018. Load up the family and head over to the John E. Peckman Fishing Education Center, where you can learn the basics of fishing. A park ranger from Lake Rim Park will discuss fish identification and ecology before you try your luck on the pond stocked with catfish and brim. Fishing poles and worms will be provided. You don't need a fishing license to participate in this catch and release event. The event is free and takes place on Thursday, April 5th, 9 a.m. to noon. It's appropriate for ages 8 and up. Pre-registration is required. Call the Lake Rim Park office at 433-1018. Now, if you enjoy jazz and wine, then you'll need to be at Festival Park in downtown Fayetteville on Friday, April 6th to enjoy Fayetteville Symphony Orchestra's annual Jazz Fest. It'll be an evening of live music performed by statewide jazz bands and a cappella groups from area universities and colleges. The Jazz Fest takes place from 6 to 10 p.m. Be sure to bring a lawn chair or blanket to sit on. Ticket admission includes admission into the park, along with beer and wine. Various food trucks will be on site to purchase food. For ticket prices or more information, visit www.fayettevillesymphony.org. If you'd rather spend your time on the water, you might want to consider a kayak tour offered by Lake Rim Park. Lake tours are perfect for those trying kayaking for the first time and for seasoned paddlers looking to just relax on the water. All equipment and basic instruction for beginners will be provided. The next kayak tour takes place on Friday, April 6th, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. The cost is just $15, or if you have your own boat, just $5. Kayak tours are ideal for anyone aged 10 and up. The park also offers kayak trips, where you can explore the many scenic water bodies in our area from the Piedmont to the coast. We recommend that beginners participate in a lake tour before going on a kayak trip. Space is limited, so it's recommended that you register by the day before the tour. For more information about kayak tours and kayak trips, call 910-433-1018. Head downtown to the Arts Council on Saturday, April 7th to enjoy a creative environment of spoken word at the next Marquee Poetry Slam. It's an environment of expression for poets, which fuels artistic growth through competition and workshops. Audiences will be educated and entertained through the art of spoken word. Audience members can also purchase dinner to enjoy with the show. Marquee Slam is held every first Saturday of the month, 8 to 11 p.m. at the Arts Council located on Hay Street. Cost is $10. For more information about the Slam and other events hosted by the Arts Council, visit www.theartscouncil.com. Well, this wraps up this episode of Fayetteville in Focus.
We hope you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to watch this or any other FayTV program, visit us on the web at FayTV.net.
So remember to like us on Facebook,
Subscribe to us on YouTube,
and keep watching our live stream on our website or on Spectrum Cable Channel 7.
Thank you for watching FayTV.